peek at this guy. Okay, here we are at Up North Adventures in beautiful Whitehorse, Yukon. Just landed today, and this is the jumping off point for my solo trip down the Hess River. And one thing I got to get figured out is what canoe I'm taking. Rigging up a 15-foot prospector so it can be paddled solo, and they're helping me put in bow and stern bag, and I'm going to be going in there with just about the best hand when it comes to canoes and outfitting. So huge help, thanks to Up North Adventures for that. It took a couple hours, but we got this canoe completely outfitted. Tomorrow I drive 6 hours north to Mayo, and that's where I'm going to charter a float plane that's going to drop me off deep in the Selwyn Mountains, and I'm going to be about 15 or 16 days on the river depending on what I run into. So feeling pre-trip jitters, a little nervous, a little excited. Mayo a reserve itself? Or?
No, we don't have reserves here.
Here we are, we've made it to Alcan Air just outside of Mayo, and the float plane is here, so this is really it. It's time to load up the plane and go.
Side up front.
Is that good?
Yeah, we'll just put it down on those, yeah, there you go. Side of the thing your way, forward.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, this is how you fly a canoe on a float plane. You tie it to the outside, to the struts of the float plane. This is where my trip down the Hess and Stewart Rivers is going to end, and on my flight is going to take me deep into the wilderness and drop me off at a place called Keel Lake. And then I'm going to be on the Hess River for over a week. I'm going to hit the Stewart, which is going to be a little more tame than the Hess. I'm going to paddle all the way back here and drive back to Whitehorse. So that's the logistics of the trip. Fairly straightforward, but first I'm going to start off with an epic bush plane flight over the mountains. It's going to land me in a pristine mountain lake.
Enjoy it.
All right, man. So we got two bush pilots here today. I'm in good hands.
That's right.
Yeah, they're telling me that they have a spot to land where I probably won't need to get my tootsies wet. And we're actually landing at an outfitter, a hunting outfitter's camp. So there's going to be some horse packers there and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So here we go.
we did sort of do it downwind there, but
How long of a ride is it to get?
Camp here, I'll just go. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get everything out there and then.
Okay.
Yeah, 100% big grayler.
Yeah. Good.
any bear spray in the float?
Yeah.
What's that thing?
So here we go. We got dropped off on epically beautiful Keel Lake here at Dueling Stones Outfitters. My float plane is about to take off and my trip is about to start. Well, float plane's gone. Just this fly-in outfitter. They actually get horses in here. Multi-day ride through the wilderness from the North Canal Road. Probably be a pretty fun experience, I would imagine. But right now I'm just gonna outfit my canoe. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these float bags in, and these go at the bow and stern. You saw me outfitting the canoe for these back at Up North Adventures, and these are going to make it so if I do dump, my canoe is going to float a lot higher in the water. It's going to be easier to rescue as I tug on it with a rope, so I'll be less likely to pin. So doing all I can here, but I'm going to put these in right now. Now I do one at the other side. Man, it was such a nice day. Let's go in a I took a very long time to get ready, as was pointed out to me by one of the staff here. And but I'm ready now. I'm just going to throw on my dry suit bottoms to start paddling. I have a very long, shallow creek to go through that goes into almost another pond, and then what looks like about a 2-kilometer portage around a very quickly dropping creek into the Hess. So today I'm hoping I can make it about to the beginning of where I'm going to start portaging tomorrow, and then tomorrow make it into the Hess, because you know, fair distance to go today, and I'm really not sure what the conditions are going to be like because the water level's been low. So I'm hoping I can float most of this upcoming creek here into the pond and be good to go from there, but we will see. Anyways, I had a spattering of rain Weather conditions are, I guess, a little bit variable, but more or less beautiful. So great day to be heading out, and I believe that is it. I'm going to be taking the first paddle strokes of this adventure in moments. Tailwind to start the trip. See you later. See you next year maybe, eh? Thanks. Yeah. After, you know, loading the boat, first few strokes of the boat, it doesn't feel crazy heavy to me. I got it trimmed really well. Starting to feel pretty confident. This is, you know, the first few strokes, this is the most confident I've felt. But that being said, we flew over a good chunk of the whitewater section of the Hess, and from, you know, hundreds of feet in the air, it looked intense, like boulder strewn rapids, long rapids, like very long, like 300 meter long boulder strewn class 3s. So that's got me a little worried, but you know, at first when you look at them, you see the boulder and you go, oh God, but then I started kind of looking a little closely from the air, and I did see what looked like some lines. So it's just going to be about how big they are. So I think more of a swamping hazard, and definitely some boulder dodging too. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Or pin a boat in it. All right, obstacle 1 complete. Got some rain, little bit of rainy pants. I guess the rain came after all. Definitely looks like it's probably isolated. Maybe not, but I do see patches of blue sky, so we're gonna have a nice shower and then it's gonna clear up. So that rapid I just lined, it's not marked on the 1 to 50,000 topographic map, but what is marked there is a contour line crossing the river. So one of the things I do when I get my maps, I mark, put extra notation beside every contour line that crosses the river, because it could be a falls, it could be, you know, a swift. It's usually a substantial drop in and around that area, but I was pretty sure someone would be there, and now that also helps me know where I am, and that means I should be approaching this pond in about 1 kilometer. Just like that, it's beautiful again. Rainbow. Couple of swans. And the creek leaves this lake somewhere over there. Can hear it. Well, the bugs have found me, and this first drop on Keel Creek is really steep and really raging. It's like kind of runnable, and then there's just a boulder strewn steep chute at the bottom that there's just no way you're gonna avoid the rocks, and I have no idea what's downriver and the current's ripping. And there's a trail here which tells me most people carry, so I pulled over and I'm gonna carry nowhere really good, all lumpy ground around here. So I found a spot that's half decent about midway through the portage trail. So I'm gonna carry all my gear over there, and that's gonna be home for the night. And tomorrow I'm gonna negotiate the rest of Keel Creek, get onto the Hess, and see what the Hess has in store. But already Keel Creek is looking like a real handful. I'm feeling, now that I'm in the trip and I'm right into it, I'm feeling a lot more confident than I was going into it when you have all the doubts and stuff like that. So that feels good. Anyways, gonna get a good night's sleep tonight. Who knows, it's probably already like 9 o'clock. It basically just never gets dark here. And get a good night's sleep and try to get an early start and see how far we can make it tomorrow.